Indonesia's air safety watchdog has released its final report on last year's Lion Air crash. All 189 people on board the Boeing 737 MAX jet were killed when it plunged into the Java Sea on the 29th of October. Investigators say design flaws, inadequate pilot training and poor flight crew communication contributed to the disaster. A key factor was Boeing's automated flight control system known as the Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System, or MCAS. Regulators criticized the design, saying it relied on a single sensor for inputs and that sensor had been miscalibrated. In response to the report, Boeing says it is addressing Indonesia's safety recommendations. It says it has redesigned the flight control system and its sensor, as well as updating crew manuals and pilot training to boost safety. Now, the world's largest plane maker is already facing scores of lawsuits in connection with the 737 MAX fleet. Less than 5 months after the Lion Air crash, there was a second crash involving the same model. An Ethiopian Airlines jet went down with 157 people aboard. And this led to the global grounding of the aircraft. Chani Vadvani tells us more.
Indonesia's National Transport Safety Committee outlined 9 contributing factors to the Lion Air crash. When asked by journalists which of those 9 factors bore the most weight, their response was that all 9 factors were interconnected.
These contributing factors is items that connected each other, that if one of them is not occurring on that day, the accident may not happen. So this is an item that should happen, all of them that lead to the accidents.
They said assumptions were made about pilot response to malfunctions, and while they were in line with industry guidelines, they turned out to be incorrect. Meanwhile, Boeing's anti-stall system known as the MCAS, its reliance on a single sensor was deemed to be appropriate, but it was this very same reliance that made it vulnerable to erroneous information from that sensor. Now, there is no guidance in flight manuals and pilot training on how to respond to an uncommanded MCAS. That, coupled with a miscalibrated angle of attack, or AOA sensor, deficiencies in the flight crew's communication and manual control of the aircraft, and a lack of documentation in the aircraft and maintenance log about problems which occurred during a previous flight, all contributed to the plane's crash. Now, the NTSC has made 25 safety recommendations to various parties, such as Boeing, the FAA, Lion Air, among others, and it said that Boeing has taken its recommendations about the MCAS on board.
Bagaimana, apakah ke depan manual akan diperbaiki? Salah satu tindakan keselamatan yang dilakukan Boeing adalah akan memasukkan informasi tentang MCAS ini di dalam manual dan akan memberikan training kepada pilot terkait dengan aktivasi MCAS.
The NTSC also said the report cannot be legally used as evidence in court, which means it cannot be used against Lion Air or Boeing. There was a no-blame principle, the NTSC said, and the report was intended to be reviewed for improvement. Chani Vadvani, CNA, Jakarta.